Hi, everybody. It's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. And I thought I would do something new here. So typically, you'll hear a lot of psychic mediums say, I can't read for myself, or I can't read for a family member or somebody close. Uh, I will tell you that I can read for people who are close. It doesn't bother me at all. I just choose not to read for certain people that are close because I know they won't receive the message well. Reading for myself can be a little bit trickier. I have to be in an emotional headspace that I can do it. So usually deep meditation helps. But sometimes I'll get intuitive hits for myself. My guides will come through and say something very clear why I'm not manifesting things or whatever. And sometimes then I just look for validation or clarity on that. So I may pull a tarot card. I typically don't use oracle cards, though I do have them and I think they're interesting. But I typically just use the tarot cards. And oftentimes I might just pull a card and say, what do you want me to know? So what I did today was I pulled a card for all of you for what do you want my followers to know for tomorrow. I think it's really cool to know something, get a little information ahead of time so that you can set the intuition to be in alignment with that energy, especially when you're sort of just starting on your spiritual journey or because I believe in manifesting, so why not? And because you can kind of set your practice for tomorrow. Some of you wake up and you're just in a hurry, you want to read something quick, or you're already kind of doing stuff. So this sort of sets you up to create a spiritual practice of your own. So the card that I pulled was this is called the Journey to Enlightenment deck. I just really thought the pictures were beautiful. The imagery was beautiful. Though it's a little more difficult to do the intuitive stuff with certain of the cards because it's not as clear as some other decks that I've had. So I also have the Light Seers deck here, the Light Seers Tarot, and then just the Rider-Waite, which is the traditional, pretty straightforward tarot that a lot of people old school read from. There's so many decks out there. So I pulled a card and I got the Moon. I don't know if this is reversed or not, so I don't do these videos a lot. Bear with me. So the Moon is the ruling planet of Cancer. It is also the number 18. And for me, some people will say Scorpio, but it's Cancer. So we're just going to call it like it is. The tarot card for represents Scorpio in the deck is the Death card. So the number 18 is interesting when you break it down for numerology, breaks down to 9, which is about completion, endings of cycles, releasing of things that no longer serve you. And interesting enough, it's the Moon, right? It's at night. You're putting things to bed. You no longer need them anymore for the day to function. So what's interesting is you'll see some symbolism in these cards that represent the different things. You've got also your intuition, right? So you see in the Light Seers Tarot and the Rider-Waite, you see the wolves or the dogs howling at the moon, right? That's an instinctive behavior. You see the water for emotion. You also see, it can also be about, people talk about old beliefs crawling up and making them, old fears and traumas crawling up out of the water and making themselves known. They're coming to the surface. What's interesting though is when you look at the lobster, it has 10 legs, and 10 added up in numerology adds up to 1, which is about new beginnings. And the Sun card is the very next card in the tarot deck, and its number is 19, which adds up to 10, breaks down to 1, new beginnings. So you have the very next thing here would be you're putting things to bed, and then you're rising up and starting with new beginnings, right? It's a new day. The other interesting thing is if you think about scientifically, the moon it isn't a source of light. It's a reflection of light, right? So it's just reflecting light in there. So reflections are often not clear as the original, right? You're not seeing all the nooks and crannies and all the details of things. You're just getting a general idea. And a lot of times in tarot, people will say, things aren't what they seem. And I think when you immediately read that, you might see that as a negative thing. Oh, things aren't what they seem. I need to be on guard, right? Watch out. But to me, things may not be what they seem because they may seem negative when really there's a flip to it, right? It could be really good to release all the old stuff. So even if you see it come to the surface, to have the chance and the opportunity to release it. The other thing is, as you look here, it's illuminating the light to the path. You don't really see what's beyond the mountains there, but you can move mountains, right? You can move towards the mountains and shift whatever is going on the other side of that. I just think this one's really beautiful, but you can't really see the details with this one, but it's also about the stars and the other little things that can twinkle because of the reflection of the light. I guess so. What I wanted to think that you should, look at when you move into your day tomorrow, or setting your intentions for tomorrow, is to remember that, while our old fears and our old belief systems may have been set in place to protect us a long time ago in our subconscious, that now that they're being illuminated, right, and they're being shown in the dark, our darkness is being shown, the things that need to be healed and released, that we can release those attachments and release those belief systems and create new belief systems. Even if we don't fully know exactly what that looks like, right? Because we can't fully see it. We can only just see parts of it in the night sky, right? So go through your day tomorrow. How can you flip the script? How can you find the positive in a situation that might not seem so great? What in your life, as you go through your day, what in your life needs a little more light in it? What can be exposed to be healed? And what old belief systems are no longer serving you? Can you see the positive and the opportunity for new beginnings? And can you embrace your own intuition as you go through the day, rather than getting caught up and drowning in all of your emotions? I hope you found this helpful and kind of fun. And I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow and enjoy manifesting the life that you deserve.